Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The hearing you referenced was very compelling, and I want to thank all the members who found solutions for different problems we've heard about. I appreciate what you're trying to do. I think some of our folks have problems with the approach, but, you know, is worthy of our continued discussion and trying to find common ground here. I guess the bottom line is that we've heard that social media outlets can do a lot of good for the world, and it can destroy lives, and we're sort of trying our best to figure out how to approach this. From a consumer's point of view, you're just completely screwed. You can't sue these people. You can go to the provider and say, my child is being bullied, my child is losing their mind. Terms of use service that we have with you say that you don't allow bullying. They go back 3 times, the company blows them off, the child kills themselves, and they can't sue because of Section 230. Is that the America we want? Section 230 had a reason to exist, to give these platforms a chance to get up and running. They're up and running. They're the largest companies in the world. They're making hundreds of billions of dollars, and part of their business model is destroying people's lives. And they're going to beat us. We're going to pass the Earn It Act today, but it'll go nowhere. We're going to pass Senator Blackburn's bill, but they'll beat us eventually. They got a ton of money, and every time you try to do something, there's some group saying, you know, you're destroying speech, and the money talks. So I'm working with Senator Warren, Mr. Chairman, to try to jump over all the legislative problems we have and create a commission of people smarter than us, which should be easy to do, and give them some power to go after these folks. You have to have a license to drive a car. You have to have a license to sell real estate, to practice law, to sell insurance, to sell stock. But the largest companies in the world are not licensed. There is no regulatory agency with any meaningful power to hold them to account. You can't sue them in court. And we're trying to pass laws, but they seem to go nowhere. And I'll tell you what will happen. We'll pass many of the things we're talking about in this committee, but it will die. They'll just beat us in the legislative process. So I'm urging this committee to think big and to create some power out there in a regulatory environment to protect consumers. Consumers have 3 ways really to be protected. If you're wrong, you can go to court. Well, you can't do that here. There's a bunch of laws on the books protecting you from the products being offered to you. There are none on the books, and I don't see any anytime soon. Or there's some group of people, the authority, that can regulate the people offering products to you and your family that are doing harm, that can stop it. They don't exist. We're 0 for 3. So what I'm going to be doing is working with every member of this committee to pass laws, but also I'm going to try to create infrastructure that would allow some consumer protection agency in the digital space to go after these people when they wrong the public. They should have a license to operate. That license should be granted based on certain things you have to do to keep your license. There should be some people looking over their shoulders that can take that license away when you don't do your job. That's where I'm headed. I welcome you to join me. I will join in every effort, Mr. Chairman, to pass legislation, but I am not optimistic. Finally, if this doesn't work, I'm going to offer legislation to repeal Section 230, 2 years from whatever date the bill is enacted, and let the trial lawyers fix this problem. We can't do this anymore. If we can't pass statutory schemes to protect the consumer, if we can't create an agency to protect the consumer, then we need courtrooms opened up to people who have been wronged, to the social media companies. I'm glad to work with you. I want to work with you, but you're eventually going to lose. And if I were you, I'd sit down with a bunch of us and try to figure a way to regulate your business so you can thrive and survive and protect the consumers. Because if you don't, we're going to unleash the courtrooms of America against your business model.
I just want to respond, Senator Graham, that I agree with virtually everything.